the Kestrel because of the range. Instead of weapon carry the Kestrel, but we'll see what they decide to do here. There's a lot of options that they can do. They have... Oh, Gwen. They're going to take the Gwen away. Okay.
And this is an interesting pickup here. We haven't seen Gankstars utilizing it that much yet. Something that Iraqi Zoro hasn't shown his cards on, I think, in the past. Or no, he's played Gwen once, yeah. But Immortals now, they have a last pick. They have a lot of bonus time to work with, so they can try and find that silver bullet that we always talk about. Into the Lyra Kestrel Gwen, what would you guys say is a strong option?
I think Blackfeather could work very well, even though it's up against a Kestrel. And we've seen Kestrel kind of be touted as a counter to Blackfeather in the past. There's a couple other choices. I would like to see one of these more melee-type junglers, or could even be a Skye, if you go Crystal Skye with the weapon Vox. The Koshka is an option, but I don't think Koshka would be a great pickup into this composition. It works well with the Fortress, but not so well into a Kestrel or Gwen. It's
Okay.
Could be Grumpjaw.
I like this. I'm excited to see more Grumpjaw. I like that Immortals are the one bringing it, and I like that they're not saying, all right, it didn't work out in game one, we're done. You know, they're saying, all right, it didn't work out in game one, here's why.
Well, going for that Grumpjaw again. Like, I didn't feel like it didn't work very well in the first game. They had a great second game, obviously. It was really strong performance coming out from Immortals. But I'm personally not convinced by the Grumpjaw, especially going into this game. And especially when you've got such a poke-heavy composition that Gankstars have with that Crystal Kestrel, the weapon, Gwen. Oh, DNZO!
Yo, Zio just walked into a truck and got run over. Xenotech credited with the kill there. Iraqi easily could have taken it as well, just out of place. Let's give some credit over to Rek, though. He stopped the teleports back there early on as Zio was trying to trade the backs out from Gangstar, so a very good job.
Yeah, it was just a 1v2 situation. He was able to deny the farm. They were able to pick up the first blood from it as well. And actually, we're seeing some counter jungling coming out from Gankstars in return. Rex probably going to get away at this point. But as I was saying before, this is a very poke-heavy composition coming out from Gankstars. Immortals, they need to be aggressive. Otherwise, they're just taking a lot of damage and not really getting much in return. But if they are able to get onto Xenotech as that Crystal Kestrel, then that's a really great start for the fight. If you can just take him out, focus on Iraqi Zoro instead.
I mean, if you get on target, both the Gwen and the Kestrel, while they have high damage output, they are incredibly squishy. So if Immortals can get on top of target, they'll be able to just pretty much delete them out, assuming their item progression is on point. One question, though, Shinyi, you know, Suijay was talking about, this could be a Crystal Grumpjaw, it could be Fortress going into the jungle position. The way it's worked out here, do you agree with it? Is this your preference?
I actually like the Roam, Grumpjaw, and Jungle / Crystal Fortress. I think that works out better. You get a little bit more damage from the Mortal Wound coming out from Aloha as well. And especially because you will be going for items like Storm Crown, you do get that extra cooldown on Attack of the Pack, which is a great kind of just start for fighting, because if you release the Wolves, then Xenotech really can't use his active cam to disappear. It makes it very difficult for them. So I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing Gankstars applying a lot of early pressure, is that they know this is where there's not really much counters coming out from an Immortal. And you can see, just from that, I guess, 10 seconds, they've managed to push down the target to about a third of its health. And DNZO
talking about the pushing, we've seen this before from Rex. Rex has got a Stormguard banner as his first item there. And absolutely, they just mow through that turret. Sawmaster, I don't know if he's watching, but this is what Saw used to do, but this is just wrecked on a Lyra.
I like it. They're playing to their strengths. They're playing to the strengths of the composition, and they're adapting well to it. If you look at the Grumpjaw and the Fortress, there are heroes that slow clear speed. There is a lot of utility there, but it takes a little bit of time for them to ramp up. And Gankstars are just taking advantage of that, getting the first turret. They've got a nice 2k gold lead now. At what, 3 minutes?
Okay, Loa jumps right back in, thinks better of it, and is going to go ahead and retreat as Gankstars just started firing off onto them. Massive damage coming out here, and it looks like Aloha may have been able to sneak into the jungle of Gankstars, so we'll see how much he can go ahead and trade out there. But it's going to be pretty much a full rotation taken by Gankstars here.
Yeah, that's what it's good that Aloha's managed to make it. I don't know why they've made those noises there. Yeah, it's really, oh no, he's been spotted out by the Crystal Sentry, so I think he should probably go home now because Gankstars know exactly where he is. He's probably not going to get the tree
This
yet.
is
He's
bad.
probably not going to make it out alive.
This is bad for
He's-
Aloha. Aloha also can mean goodbye as well in this situation.
And yep, he said goodbye. He said hello and then goodbye very, very quickly, very quick succession.
Oh, goodbye.
I was like, hello, goodbye, see ya. I'm off the fold now.
Oh,
But Gankstars, super early game composition here. They're taking advantage of it. A lot of poke there coming out from Gankstars, and Vox can't really do too much. He takes a little bit longer for him to scale up.
I mean,
So
what's
there's not
interesting
really
though,
too
like
much.
you're talking about like Gankstars and their early game composition. I think there's a lot of power there, but the itemization really speaks to it with what Rekt has done. Stormcrown now complete. He's using these minion candies to help kind of further the aggression coming out, but on the flip side of that, Araki going with the Sorrow Blade. So it's not like he goes Tension Bow just to kind of like funnel into everything being in the early game. Like this guy's building, he's gonna have massive damage for the mid game. Look at Immortals just getting lit up right here. They can't even barely go within range of defending this turret without being in danger of dying. And Veins does not want to just pop off this fountain right now. That is the second turret down 5.5 minutes in. Immortals must have really pissed off Gankstars in game 2.
Well, 5 minutes, 2 turrets, and if you look at the deaths, it's only 0. It's just absolutely incredible. They've picked up a 4k gold lead. That's like, what, 1k a minute, and it's only the first 6 minutes of the game. Their Immortals are really going to have to pull something out of the hat here just to make turn this around. It's going to have to be an absolute miracle, because Rekt, he hasn't even gone for a fountain. He's got Imperial Sigil to heal himself up. Just rely on the Stormcrown. It's all about pushing, claiming those objectives. They're probably going to go for the gold mines soon just to increase that gold difference a little bit extra. And they've forced Immortals right back to that choke point turret. And it really is beginning to show that they are struggling now.
Yeah. Yeah. I will concur, they are struggling. Once again, Aloha doing pretty much the only thing he can do. But this time, even though the backs are available, he has time. He has no knowledge of where Gankstars are on the map. So I can't fault him for not sticking around to take the backs there, especially because he was caught the last time he did it. But unfortunately, this time, yeah, he could have gotten a little more.
I feel like this maybe we can start seeing Immortals try and just turn it around slightly, because A, Aloha, he's got his attack of the pack, and second of all, DNZO, he's got that silence. And because there's actually no blocks on any of the members of Gankstars, he gets that silence on the Crystal Kestrel, it's so easy for them to jump on Xenotech and just take him out. So if they can land that silence, and if they can get attack of the pack out so that he can't active camo away, it's actually a really good, I guess, defense mechanism that they can employ, or it's good engagement that they can use as well. But I just don't know if they have the confidence to try and pull it off, because they know there's such a massive difference, gold difference between the teams.
You know, the analysts were talking about mind games a bit here. I think, honestly, for Immortals to have a chance in this game, they're going to have to out-mind game Gankstars, like, no joke. Like, legit, I think the only way they can actually take a fight right now is if it feels like they're throwing. Like, they have to put themselves in a situation where maybe, like, Veins is very low health, feels like they're in a position that they don't want to be in, and that's when they instantly switch onto a target, like Xenotech, or maybe, yeah. Well, there's your wait for it coming out right now.
Well,
That's
silence.
silenced up. Can they get on top of Rekt? Oh, that's your active camo. Veins is on target. Zeo is as well. Xenotech dropping low. They're able to get one. Looking for more. Zeo dropping low. Araki doing a good job. He's able to trade back and forth, but it is Lyra from the backside trying to make that Stormcrown go to work. She's able to take out Veins. Now it's Aloha one-on-one with Rekt here, doing a little ring around the wall. And Rekt's gonna boost up with that sigil. Bright Bulwark down, doing a good job here. Oh, he looks, he turns on him. Oh, he gets that the lump shot comes through. It is not even needed. Rekt with the plays, man. I saw someone in chat burning him earlier, and I hope they're taking it back right now.
I think they have to after that play. Well, it was looking so good for Immortals. It was looking so good for Immortals. They did. We saw the silence coming out. It wasn't blocked because there's still no blocks. Actually, Araki Zoro has that Aegis now. And then we saw the attack of the pack being released. They just jumped onto Xenotech exactly as I thought we would. But I think we all forgot about the Stormcrown and the fact that it actually does damage on Rekt with Rekt there, because he was able to take out 2 of them at the very end.
Well, he took out their turrets, so maybe they shouldn't have forgot.
I don't think
First he took the turrets, and then he took the kills.
I don't think anyone's gonna be forgetting about that now.
Oh,
hang
Rekt,
on,
dude, that
here we
was
go
a
again.
highlight play right here. And Aloha just got lit up right here. Has splash damage coming through. Vanes is going to be moving forward. Vanes, questionable decision, immediately regrets it as he goes down. Now Zio trying to fight with the Crystal Sentry. That is the minion candy trying to do some work there. Immortals were able to put out onto the Crystal Sentry. One shot's going to come through. Zio just on a sliver of health, able to get out of that one. Wreck trolls himself with his own arcane passage, but in the end, Gankstars taking the kills, taking the Sentry down. Just a phenomenal job. Almost just textbook out of them this game.
Absolutely, but I do feel they have to be careful now. I don't want them to get a little bit cocky, because I think Immortals have recognized, yes, we need to play around the wait for it. And I think as the further it gets on, they're definitely going to need to prioritize that Crucible. And Rex picked up that Dragon Heart, so maybe going towards that way. But if Immortals can get another opening like they did 2 fights ago, then that is their chance to try and just balance things out a little bit, because we are seeing the tempo of the game slowing down a little bit, because Gankstars, they're not picking up the aces as comfortably. They're not picking up the objectives as quickly as they were in the first 3 minutes of the game. So I think this is a point where we actually have to see Gankstars being a little bit more cautious in how they're approaching these team fights.
Now, I mean, you talked about them being cautious. Like, how does that actually play out, though? Is it like a positioning thing? Is it just patience as far as fully committing to a fight? What does that mean?
Well, part of it's coming down when recognizing when it's a good time to fight, and I would actually say just let Rect. Oh no, he's actually gone for the ward treads.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
I'm
not sure I like
one shot's connecting so hard. You don't like the ward treads?
I like the ward treads. I just feel like they need that crucible.
I get it.
Okay,
like,
so I
yeah.
get it. Yeah, like the ward treads. If Aloha releases the attack of the pack, you can use the ward treads to disengage, take out the wills before going back in. But you're still not taking into account the wait for it. And then also, I guess there's the stuff coming out from Grumpjaw as well. There is actually quite a lot there that Immortals could use, but the thing that we've noticed in the previous games was that they just kind of lacked the know-how to chain them together properly.
Well, they are really going to have to chain some things together here to pull themselves back into this one. Currently only 3 turrets remaining for them. I think they've done a good job to go ahead and stall out, like you were saying, the aggression out of Gankstars, but it's also like Gankstars playing a little bit more patient. 11.5 minutes in, up 7-2. Gankstars, if they can take this, they're going to be closing out the series. I mean, I guess that's true. Either way I say it, it's just Gankstars in the lead right now. It feels like, the odds are in their favor. We're going to have infusions across the board for Immortals right now, so maybe if they're able to get on target, they can make something happen. I
think it's needed. So Xenotech is sitting on a lot of gold, doesn't have enough of that infusion, so I feel like with them having those infusions, it just balances out a little bit in terms of their power spikes, and maybe in a bit of a better position to fight Gankstars. So what they need to do is that they cannot afford to get poked at by Gankstars, because that is where the damage is coming from. We're seeing how much damage each Glimmer Shot is doing every time Xenotech lands one, as well as the one-shot one kills. So if they can get the jump onto them, either with the stuff or with the wait for it, like now.
Ooh. 2 silenced up, they're not
happening.
able to get on target. Quick enough, Vanes is going to move forward. He's able to stuff up with target there. Immortals trying to get backwards. Oh, Vanes, no, misreading the situation. His team's going in. Where's Vanes? What's the plan here? Oh no, they're going to lose Aloha. Zeal goes down as well. They're able to get Araki, but it felt like a complete just miscommunication there. Vanes going one way, his team going the other. What's going on?
I don't know, but I just don't really know. I feel what they could have done is just take Xenotech, just let Arakizara run away and just focus on Xenotech there. Because the whole time they're trying to catch up with Arakizara, who's just using his skedaddle to get away every single time. And Xenotech the whole time is just firing those glimmer shots away, just doing so much damage. And Immortals were like, oh gosh, maybe we should actually not focus on Arakizara and turn on to Xenotech instead. Because Arakizara, with that breaking point, he's looking for those sustained team fights. Xenotech's the one all about the burst here, and that's the one they should be focusing on first in the team fights.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all about, they're both squishy. We talked about it in the beginning of this matchup here. Both of the carry the jungle here, and Araki and Xenotech, they can easily be killed if you get on target. But the one thing, Araki has that skedaddle, can easily go ahead and reposition. If you get on top of Xenotech, it's much easier to follow up on that kill typically. Let's see, as Araki wrecked moving forward here, the wait for it. It's going to come out, 3-man silence, but they can't jump as the Bright Bulwark's down. Ace is high, flips onto Zio. They're trying to jump back onto target. Xenotech, a lot of damage coming out here. Can they find a kill? No! This is just a disaster. Immortals on the run. Aloha. Well, it's Fortress not too good of a defensive hero, as he is going to be chopped down 12-3, 14 minutes in, and just phenomenal play out of Gankstars.
I think that's the opening that Gankstars are waiting for, because I think after about minute 6, it really does begin to slow down. It was just a lot of Gankstars just farming away in the jungle, in the lane. But now they're actually able to force him back to the choke point turret. It's looking a lot better
I'd
now.
love
They've
to
got...
see. I'd love to see them actually. Well, there's actually Scout Trap down, so they can't really do a surprise too well. I'd love to see them just sit in one of these brush forward, and just as Immortals are coming out, just catch them off surprise and can just really add on to the snowball. But you know what they're doing is absolutely fine.
It would be great, because Xenotech with that active camo, he can really lay those traps down, and well, he's not actually been doing too much. There's been a few stuns on the active camo. Oh, that's gonna miss actually. Did it hit Veins? I feel like it hit Veins, but it didn't.
Yeah, felt like it, but guess not.
It didn't. Well, anyway, Fusion's almost everyone, apart from Wrecked. But look at the poke damage coming out from them. One of the things with Crystal Castro is if you get into the late game, she doesn't do as well in the team fights because it relies so much on the glimmer shots.
Oasis High is going to be blocked off. Araki trying to find the damage out. Zio's low. He's going to boots up to the north side of this fight. Veins left for dead. Aloha really not able to accomplish too much as his ult did come out there. Now Zio able to get out as the one shot was off the mark there. Cancels up that teleport. Oh, is he going to go? Well, Zio's going hard. Oh man, Zio was unleashed last game. Zio put back into the bottle here in game 3 is Gankstars just coming out on top. And I mean, that was not anything but Zio's decision making right there. Like, he 100% could have gotten out of there. He decided to stay around.
Yeah. I don't think I necessarily agree with the decision of staying around, but I guess if you're kind of in the approach of, well, let's see what I can do, might as well try and do it anyway. But he's 2-5-1. I think if you know you're this far behind, probably staying behind wasn't the best idea, because you're 4 turrets behind at 16 minutes. I think it's fair to say it's been a bit of a stomp for Gangstar so far. They're absolutely running rampant this whole game against Immortals.
Pew, pew, pew.
Exactly, pew pew pew, but it's okay because it's been such a quick game that DNZO's back already.
No, that's the truth though. I mean, Gankstars, I said it earlier, it feels like they're putting on a clinic. They came out really well. They had a clear strategy and they're executing on it incredibly well this game. While Immortals just struggle to find their footing. You see just mass scout traps throughout their base here. One shot's going to be dodged out by Veins. And DNZO Aloha trying to get some damage out onto this Kraken, but only 2 turrets remaining. Glimmer shots coming out here. Oh, they're going to be stuffed up. They've taken Wrecked. Wrecked's going to be back on the backside of this fight, but they've switched over to Araki. He's able to kite backwards. Bright Bulwark's down. They've turned it. Zio's down. It's going to be an Arcane Passage ride from Veins. Araki takes the Arcane Passage, takes the kill. And Gangstar is going to be closing this one out. Just about 17 and a half minutes here in Game 3. Really, really nice to see this performance out of them. It was great to see Immortals with the performance in Game 2. I think we saw signs of them coming back and playing really well that we haven't seen so far this season, but ultimately Gankstars coming out on top.